So once I log in for the first time, I'm taken to the locations page, and it's asking me to enter information on the first location that we want to get registered. And the first screen says, okay, tell you what kind of equipment we're using. And in our case, we're going to use an NVR monitor with a web bridge. So I select that and click next, and then it's asking me for specific information on this location name. So we will call this demo location 1, 2, 3 street in Fort Lauderdale. We are located in the US and state of Florida. And when I get to the time zone, it's very, very important that I select the time zone, the right time zone, because once I choose it, I cannot change it later on. So you want to make sure you take time to make sure you select the right one. We do everything in Fahrenheit, and right now leave the custom metric alone. Then click the next. Then I get to the tariff page. So now it's going to ask me what kind of tariff I would like to use, and I had already set up a tariff that we use here in the state of Florida. It's this FPL tariff. It's based on electric usage, and it's 13 cents for me. So if I want to add another tariff, based upon my my water company, so I just type in water company, and that of course is for my water. And do I get charged in gallons or liters? And it's, over here in the US it's gallons, and then it's a flat rate of I believe I'm paying $1 per 1,000 gallons. So it's well, let's say 0.05 cents. Actually 0.05 cents. Click next, and now I can set up my sensors. So sensor 0 is the main sensor on your screen, and that's the one I'm using for my whole home. And this is using CT clamps, and I'm measuring electricity usage. If I'm using this on a solar panel, I would be choosing electricity generation. Measures in kilowatt hours, and the tariff would be FPL. If I want to choose a default image, I can either upload one from my file, or I can go to choose an image that's already preloaded. And since it's my home, I'll just use that one, and the image is changed. And from here I can add sensor 1, sensor 2, sensor 3, or as many sensors as I'm using. Also note here on the bottom, you can add information if you're using a gas or water pulse meter sensor, or even a runtime meter, which is sensors that we're coming out with very, very shortly. So I've got my sensor set up, so let me click next, and now I need to enter in my 32-digit gateway ID. And so now that I've entered my location bridge ID, I'm taken back to the location page, and I see location number 1. And it's already getting live data because I plugged in the web bridge and I reset my router. Usually it takes 1 or 2 minutes before you start seeing live data, and if you don't, make sure you reset your router and reset your web bridge in order to get a fresh IP address from your router. So now it's receiving live data, and it says here when the last update was, and I can go see my dashboard. So I click on my dashboard, and this is the free version, so it's very limited on the information it shows, but right now it shows me live information at 909 watts, and it shows my usage for today. And then if I scroll down, I see a graph which will be populated in a couple minutes. There's only one data point at this point, but you'll get more data points as time goes on. You leave this item running. So that's it, basically, to set up your service, and that's the information you'll see.